my Lord. It's more important for them to know Jesus than it is to get into college. You see, knowing God is the foundational issue of life. Knowing God is what you build every other form of learning and every other form of training on. It's not just enough to talk about God. We need to make sure that we point our kids to Jesus Christ, their Savior, the one who loves them, the one who died for them. We don't just point them to some nebulous God as you choose to define him. No, we point them to Jesus. Our God is Jesus, their Savior, God who came to earth in human form. And you want to make sure they know him. And never let a day go by, never, 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 without praying that your kids will come to know Jesus Christ. See, nobody else can establish a foundation for your kids more than you can as a parent. And nobody can point them to God in the exact same way that you do. You know, it was my privilege to be led to Christ by my mom and dad. And it was my privilege to lead my kids to Christ. Now, I know that for some of you, you became Christians after your child-raising years were behind you. But you know what? It's never too late to point your kids to God. Go back to your kids and just say, you know, I didn't know Jesus when I was raising you. I'm sorry, I made mistakes. I didn't know how to point you to God. But you know what? I do now. And I've discovered Jesus as the Savior and the manager of my life. And things are different now. I'm different. And now I know where to find answers. I don't have the answers, but I know where you can find them. You can always point your kids to God at any age. You may be 80 and your kids may be 60. It's not too late. Now, the bottom line is that healthy families are not an accident. They are intentionally built by wise parents who do wise things based on the wisdom from the Word of God. It starts with a commitment. I'm going to ask you to make that commitment in this first session. The Bible tells us about a man named Joshua who stood in front of the entire nation and he said, choose for yourselves this day whom you're going to serve. But as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Parents, moms, dads, have you made that statement public in your family? Have you said to your husband, to your wife, to your kids, now as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord? If you want a healthy family, you need to make that kind of commitment. You need to commit your own life to Jesus Christ, and then you need to say, Jesus, I need your help in the most crucial, critical, and task-draining job of life, being a parent. You say, I need you to be my Savior. Save me and save my family. And I commit my family to you, Lord. I commit my spouse to you, Lord. I commit my children to you, Lord. I dedicate myself to becoming a better parent, the kind of parent that produces healthy kids and builds a healthy family. It's the most important job of your life. Let me pray for you. Father, what we're going to look at this week and the next 2 weeks is so important because lives are in the balance. Heaven and hell, eternity, and even the direction of cities and organizations and churches and companies and even nations will be led by those who have the values and the commitments and the relationships that make a better world. We know, Lord, that only you can put those into our lives. And so I pray for each parent here, regardless whatever stage you're in, if they're expecting a child, if they've got preschoolers, grade schoolers, teenagers, or if they are in their 70s and 80s and they're retired and they've got kids who are in their 60s. We never stop being parents. Help us to be these 4 things to those you've given us the privilege of bringing into the world. I pray this blessing in Jesus' name. Amen. I want you to have a great discussion time now with your group, and I'll see you in our next session.
Legend. A story that has been passed on for generations. In our history, there are numerous untold stories. This is our legend.
If you go back, if you remember, there was no bridge. 1965, 66.
True.
Leo Rule and I would all have to take the boat, either the Bertram or the glass bottom boat, go across, then get into another car, go through a dirt road.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources sharing the way forward during the budget debate. Also, a family affected by Hurricane Dorian pleading to the public for assistance. And a Grand Bahamian girl putting the country on the map in a horse show competition in South Florida. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
I'm Shashina Wolf-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping the news tonight, the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Michael Pintard, making his contribution to the 2021-2022 budget debate in the House of Assembly this morning. Among the list of topics he addressed is the establishment of several facilities that will seek to move the country's agricultural product forward. Italia Hall has more.
The Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Michael Pintard, says at present, the Bahamas imports some $1 billion worth of food annually. He says the country has the ability to grow many of the items. Minister Pintard says the focus of his ministry is building capacity for Bahamians.
And not just for the farmer or the fisher or the manufacturer, but also for staff of the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources and all of the agencies that attach to us. And not just the technical staff, but the administrative staff. And so we're grateful to the Minister with responsibility for public service for the offering of courses that they continue to give in order to build the capacity of Bahamians.
He says the Department of Agriculture will speed up the pace so that potential agri-persons are able to access the farmer's registration. And as for jobs, the ministry is now offering positions.
Technical positions in the Department of Agriculture. The team is largely overworked, and so we are appealing to agronomists, chemists, biochemists, and others to get involved. Make sure that you build a country that is your country. And so for those of you that have children off to school, we welcome them back home to be a part of transforming this sector.
Minister Pintard says Cabinet has approved the construction of 6 agro-villages on 6 different islands in the country. The first 2 are expected to be built in Grand Bahama and New Providence. He says this move will solidify a link between agriculture and tourism.
Tourists, much like students on the educational front, will come and basically come to a welcome center. And by the way, in this budget, we've allocated the funds, $2.9 million, for the welcome centers, the one in Grand Bahama as well as in New Providence. You come in, you have a retail space where you can buy items that are produced in the village. You have the Fab Lab, you have rooms for workshops. You have 2 stores where you're able to buy agriculture technology, whether it's a portable weather station, irrigation system, sensors, drones, etc.
Naming sailing as the national sport of the Bahamas has been up for discussion. The agriculture minister says sailing is a part of the country's identity and history.
Regatta is one component of sailing which has provided millions of dollars in so many communities across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Both the on-sea and on-shore activities have become a part of our folklore in the Bahamas. And so, again, we've made a determination as a cabinet. The Prime Minister will have more to say about this later, so I'm going to stop there.
Minister Pintard says it is important for him to be a suitable representative for the Marco City constituency. He says through his platform, through the mission God gave him, he is able to serve.
The mission God has given me, I'm able to serve a people. That's why we run an elaborate employment program in Marco City. That's why you have a team that works in the office 6 days a week. Why we employ more people than we have the resources to actually pay, and you have to keep hustling. But because we need a team to meet a lot of those needs. And we believe employment and, of course, opportunity creation is important. That's why I salute SBDC, despite whatever challenges they would have had. In partnering with them in agriculture, we made more than $5 million available to grants across the Bahamas.
It's Halia Hall, ZNS Network News.
Local farmers and producers getting a golden opportunity to sell their products at the first Our Garden Farmers Market Fest at the Grand Bahama Community Park on the Royal Oasis lawn on Saturday. Jamila Mizik was there.
It was a great community effort as dozens of residents showed up to the Grand Bahama Community Park at Princess Lawn to support the first Our Garden Farmers Market Fest. According to committee chairperson Judith Dawkins, the initiative was an avenue to sell produce from the garden and generate revenue.
We have a garden, a community garden that's in South Bohemia that's started by the Honorable Aram Lewis, and we just wanted to have an avenue where we could sell our produce. And so by doing that, we said, let's invite other vendors in the community to come and sell their wares as well. And as you can see, we have 36 vendors here present, and we're trying to revive the economy and give everybody a chance to make $1. We have fruits and vegetables, we have drinks, we have coconut shell jewelry, we have arts and crafts, handbags. We have a variety of items here available. And from the consensus of the vendors, we are trying to do it every month, make it a monthly event.
Nutrition teacher Angela Johnson says she is promoting the use of organically grown food.
I feel it's a very good initiative to encourage persons to go to the land, because there is where you get all your fresh produce and you're sure that there is no preservatives in it. So you could go out and just pick those herbs and use them in your daily cooking. So I believe it's a very good initiative, and I encourage others to continue, because the land is free. All you need to is to use it, and you could also use the land as a form of exercise. Farming is a form of exercise, so you could use it, and the fresh air that the plants give off is good for your respiratory system.
These vendors say they were excited to be a part of the farmers market and are pleased with the turnout. They add that persons should support these type of initiatives because they believe in the importance of shopping locally.
Initiatives like this is what we need more and more in Grand Bahama, so more of the local vendors could come out and display their talents and display their hard work that they carry out every day. So the more of these can come along, the more stronger the economy can build and be in future days and years to come.
I always feel strongly about Bahamians doing anything locally that ones in the community should support, and you know, it also helps the money to stay in the community too, which is good. So that's why I think they should support something like this in the future.
I think it's a boost for us. It also stirs interest in the small business entrepreneurship. We have a lot of talented Bahamians, whether it's like this book right here was written by my mother, a book of poetry. It gives me the opportunity to come out here, display it, and explain certain things to Bahamians. We have a lot of Bahamians that do arts and crafts. We grow stuff in our yard, backyard farming, and so this gives us a catalyst where we can come out here, display our stuff, and also make some fun.
Jamila Mizik, ZNS Network News.
In other news, a family still in need post-Hurricane Dorian sharing their story tonight. In this report, they recount the traumatic experience and are seeking the public's assistance as they continue to rebuild. Megan Shepard has more.
Ricardo and Sharon Lunn had only been living in their new home in the Derby community for just over 1 year. And then Monster Storm Dorian hit the island and destroyed the home they had paid cash for using all of their hard-earned savings.
Oh, it was scary. The water, when we got up that morning, the water was about 10 feet high outside. And then it came up higher. It came up like about 12 feet. So in here, when it came up high, it was about 7 feet. So the water was like 2 feet away from us from inside the attic. And we watched everything unfolded. Everything was just horrifying. You know, it was like in a life or death situation. So it was scary for us.
After when we got up, then the water came in. You know, everything just started furnitures, appliances, everything just start moving out. I don't know how the furniture get outside, because it's hard for us to get them in. But they sure got, they still out and gone out. We lost like everything, the furnitures, the appliances, everything just gone wash out. But then we stood up in Holly for about 2 days. No food, no water. Thank God he kept us this long time, and he kept us up to now.
They are currently renting an apartment, but say the cost has now become too much to bear while trying to rebuild. The couple say they have received some assistance thus far, but they are still seeking donations to have their home back in a livable state.
When we came in those, we built those out of our pocket, so all our money basically then gone. We need a little money from the insurance from the car. We didn't have a chance to insure those yet. And so it was a little rough trying to get back on our feet. Now we packing piece. We had a few help from the ARA, and then we had help from the Red Cross. A few from neighbors and some, you know, like Pastor Monroe and all them. They help us out, but it's still in, you know, helping a little, but still kind of hard because we was renting. Now we got to come out because you can't afford to pay rent no more. So we have to come out and move in those, and hopefully try to get as best we could.
Ricardo adds that he relocated to the island from New Providence for work, but due to the pandemic, he has been unable to do so, which has been another blow for the couple. Since then, Lon has taught himself a bit about the construction trade and has been putting in efforts to rebuild as much as he can.
At least we passed the 50% percentage so far.
Yeah.
Like I said, we don't have no cabinets. We need like material trying to put down the tiles. Trying to get the house finished tile out and the bottom fixtures and stuff like that.
Lighting fixtures.
And lighting fixtures, yeah. So at least I'd say from what it was at the beginning, yeah, it's a big improvement. Just a little more to go just to get us in now so we can live more comfortable like how we was.
Now, if you would like to assist the Lund family, they have set up an account at First Caribbean Bank at account number 201-697-150. Or they can be contacted at 556-4452. Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
I'm on down.
Celebrate Father's Day at any of the two fabulous restaurants at the Grand Lacaille Hotel, Churchill's, or Portobello's for a delightful Father's Day brunch. Call 373-1333 for reservations.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only two types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Make your dad feel extra special this Father's Day with a gift you know he will love. W Gifts can do just that. A special gift basket, a card that says it all, a variety of gifts that can make this Father's Day memorable. Happy Father's Day from Bellevue Gifts and Supplies.
I feel beautiful. And now I smell so wonderful. Peace Junction. They got everything you need and more.
We are your one-stop gift shop downtown in the Culmerville Plaza. Handbags, accessories, and fragrances for men, women, and kids. Open Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Special orders and layaway available. Call 352-9554 for more info.
They got everything you need and more.
Shop with the Nautica Boutique Store, the most comfortable shopping space with the best in men's attire. They have discounted Father's Day packages for the beach dad, casual dad, and dress dad available for gifting. Visit them in Port Lacaille.
Hey, wait! What you doing, baby? Don't jump! Don't jump, you all right?
I'm like so stressed out. I could use a massage.
Oh, no, don't look at me. I don't do them things. why don't you check out the ZNS Shopping Network? They may be able to help you with something like that. You think they have something for that? Yeah, man, for sure. For New Day Spa? That's the place where the guys them just rub you down and fill you up. Look, I am buying this coupon for the hot stone massage. Renew Day Spa it is. I'm going. Hey, look here, wait for me. I rolling with you.
Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com. Select the island of your choice and shop anywhere, anytime.
The Grand Bahama Utility Company is proud to announce its newly revamped e-billing platform. Access your account online anywhere at any time. Contact Utility Relation at grandbahamautility.com or 350-9009. Trust the professionals at the Muffler House to keep your vehicle running smoothly. High-quality motor oil, all your car care accessories. They get the job done right. The Muffler House, located Lignum Vitae Avenue. Call 351-7406. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back now to our holistic health segment. Tonight we will tell you about a skin condition that's becoming more prevalent in people of color. Our Jamila Mizik speaks with a local physician who shares more about the condition.
One of those medical mysteries that is becoming much more common these days, and it can even be inherited. Today on Holistic Health, we talk to dermatologist Dr. Eric Brown about a skin condition known as vitiligo.
Vitiligo is actually a disorder of the skin that's associated with loss of pigmentation. And as of late, we've seen tons of patients who've had vitiligo for a number of years, but are now just becoming more comfortable with the fact that it's not a disease that'll kill you. So we are now becoming aware of it, and there are several ways that it's now manifesting itself. And you go back to the Michael Jackson issue. Michael Jackson actually started having vitiligo when he started wearing the glove. And a lot of people didn't really realize that he was actually wearing the glove to mask the fact that he had started having vitiligo on his hands.
Dr. Brown says vitiligo can occur in both black and white people, but it is more noticeable in black people because of their melanin. However, he says doctors are still unsure as to why it occurs.
I've seen vitiligo in children, and a lot of the vitiligo we see in children, we call them birthmarks, but they are vitiligos that we now have to monitor, because vitiligo has a tendency to crescend. They get bigger and bigger and bigger, and the area continues to augment as they become exposed to sun, or genetically, for some reason, it may be that causes the problem. We really don't know. But, you know, there was a time when people were ashamed of having vitiligo. Not anymore, because we know, like I said, it's not a disease that'll kill you. And it is a disease that you could live a common, very simple life with, because you can mask it these days.
Now, ways to mask the vitiligo include Dermablend, a type of full coverage makeup, laser to blend the skin permanently, and tattoos. However, in terms of treatment, he says there is no definitive treatment for vitiligo.
There are lots of other skin diseases that mimic vitiligo initially. You know, one of those is shifting clouds that can look like vitiligo, except that the vitiligo is very confined to a special area. You do not see vitiligo deforming anybody in a period of 6 months. Like you may get tinea versicolor, which is shifting cloud on your back, which you don't get before puberty. But it also has white spots. Unlike vitiligo, that's not going to come on your back or necessarily on your back. It'll come inside your nose, on your fingers, on your toes, and that's where you start to tell the difference.
Until next time on Holistic Health, I'm Jamila Mizik.
In other news, the past year and a half has not been easy for most businesses, a number of them being forced to close their doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic, while others have managed to keep their operations going. While in this report, a local businessman tells us that quitting was never quite an option for him. Jay Philippe has more.
Freeport Liquor Depot is the latest product of the Fluid Factory family. In spite of the many challenges that Grand Baymans has endured over the past year, this young business owner continues to strive.
Good day, welcome to Freeport Liquor Depot. How may I assist you today?
Clevon Duncombe, most persons know him as Pinky, has always been an entrepreneur, even as a teenager. From selling clothes in high school, to staging Bear Fest, and also promoting concerts, he's always found himself in the thick of things. His Fluid Factory liquor store franchise is one of the industry leaders in Grand Bahama. Even more so, the COVID-19 pandemic has allowed him to think out of the box to be able to continue to operate with the current time.
Well, what we had to do during the pandemic and even after the hurricane, we had to look at ways to continue to keep our customers as well as keep our employees, because we also have to look out for them. They have families to provide for. What I always do, me and my wife always look at the good out of it. So we just sit down and try to figure out the best way out any situation to make the best decision. But in every day we do business, we don't look to say we're just going to sit down. We always look to try to take it to the next level.
Duncombe says it doesn't stop there. He has plans to expand his business.
Every opportunity we came or had, we took it just to try it out, because the only way to know if something will work is to try it. I love the service business. I love providing for my customers. I love the industry. It's a growing industry. So we just decided to invest all we had in it and continue to grow the brand. And it's a lot of work, but we are up to the challenge. And we want to just continue to grow the brand, continue to help Freeport, continue to help the community.
With the need to provide products safely and efficiently, Duncombe adds that they adapted their drive-through service to meet current needs.
Drive-through came about. We have one located at Freeport Liquors. That's on Yellow Pine in the Caribbean Electric Building, and we have another one on Leo Road in Tyler's Plaza. Persons love being in their vehicle. They don't have to come outside. Don't have to leave persons in the car with them or whatever may be the case. So it's a good concept and it's working. I would like to maybe have one or two more if it's possible, but we're working with the two right now, and I think it's doing well.
His latest project is in the works in the Port Lucaya area. Duncombe says this new business venture is currently under construction.
So we took advantage of bought the property. Our idea is to put a wine, sushi, like upscale restaurant there to service the area. And that is what we are trying to do. We're in the status now finalizing the building. It was a 5-year project. We started 5 years ago. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone involved, the landlords who allowed us to purchase the property. It was a good feeling for me being a young person, being able to, take that next step and trying to grow our business at the same time.
Hey, well, thanks, Shashina. We're here at Freeport Liquor Depot, one of the newest establishments here, and I'm here with the owner. Most persons know him as Pinky. Pinky, what's so important is that during a difficult time as this, you still find ways to keep Bahamians employed. Tell us about the importance of striving during the economic challenges that we're facing right now around the world, really.
Well, you hit it on the head, and I think during the pandemic, that was one of our main things, was on our heart and on our chest that what are we going to do with our employees? We could have survived for 1 or 2 months, but could they survive for 1 or 2 months? So during the pandemic, we decided to give our employees some incentives. We decided to do some programming, some training, and as soon as we had the chance to open our doors, we brought everyone back to work. So it was good at that time, and we had to figure ways to try be able to open and service our customers in order to put our employees back to work. That's where the drive-through came about. We have about 50 employees directly, maybe another 10 indirectly. So I'm always, every day, thinking about their families and what they need to do and how they need to survive. And it was always something that we had to think about hard. I love my employees. I treat them like their family. I tell them they could call and ask me for anything. And I don't think we could do it without them.
So you are a young entrepreneur, a young business owner. What kind of advice would you give other persons that not only want to start a business, but to maintain their business, even facing difficult times such as this right now?
What I like to tell everybody is during the time when you want to open a business, make sure do your homework, do your research. Don't just because you have the funds, you feel like you should jump into any industry. Always do your homework, find out. Most of the time you open a business and it's not even profitable, it's not worth it, it was a waste of time, and you kind of get frustrated. So my first thing I tell someone is make sure do your homework. Just because you may see someone else doing something, that don't mean they're making money off it or profitable, or even means that it's a good business to get into. So that'll be my main thing. Other than that, once you do all your homework and you decided that this is the business you want to get into, be 100% dedicated to it. So being a business owner, it takes a lot of work, a lot of hours, a lot of dedication. It's not fun. You got to be prepared, got to be willing to do what you got to do to keep your doors open.
So there you have it. Being a business owner is not easy. From Mr. Fluid Factory himself, great advice even through difficult economic times. Back to you in studio, Shishina.
Awesome story, Jay. Thank you so much. Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the night up next.
Located in the Old Sound Plaza, downtown Freeport, has balloons and gift items for graduation and Father's Day. Visit us today. Like and share us on Facebook. Happy Father's Day and congrats, class of 2021.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
You all thinking about catching a trip? Get all fresh up and catch the sailing with Valeria Caribbean. Passenger prices start at only $120 per way. And you'll love the onboard amenities while you relax and enjoy the view. Plus, the ferry is secured with all the latest COVID-19 protocols. Once you're done shopping, you're back home in no time with no hassle getting your packages. Bins start at $150, and the best thing is when you travel with your cargo, you eliminate the manifesting fees. It's easy, fast, and affordable. Book your trip now at www.valeriacaribbean.com.
Take your time, take your time. You sure, right, yo?
Money short.
You sure? All right.
Money short.
Okay, okay. Miss.
You know Lou's a buying, right?
Oh, well, you must be getting kids belay. Man, I ain't bring no money like that. Plus, you know you greedy.
Well, today is your lucky day.
Oh.
Check out the ZNS Shopping Network. See what deals they have on food.
Look here. Boy, Madcap got some super deals. Check it out. You got a $25 coupon for 15 and a $20 coupon for 10.
Well, Madcap it is.
All right. Hey, I roll in with you, eh?
Log on to ZNSShoppingNetwork.com and get your deals today.
Across the Bahamas, we're more connected than ever before as we upgrade and expand our network, elevating your connection with BTC Superfast Fiber Internet. More people can access the best high-speed internet on our upgraded all-fiber optic network, providing you with a better experience working remotely, learning virtually, accessing more from home, and connecting with more opportunities. Visit our website or any store to upgrade to our super fast fiber internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
Third
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Esquire Men's Freeport congratulates Mr. Callie Theok, first week winner of the Best Daddy competition. To enter your dad, contact 352-8816. Happy Father's Day from Esquire.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Lynette Farrington, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We appreciate your support. And we have to say a special happy birthday to our very own Ray Delva. We hope that you're having a great one. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shashina Wilbarkison. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the National Report, preserving marine resources. Here details of the Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister's contribution to the budget debate. Vaccination drive. A major Junkanoo group encouraging its members to get inoculated. Sworn in. A new complement of magistrates taking the official oath today. And murder probe. Detectives continuing investigations into the country's latest homicide. Stay with us. The National Report returns right after this.
We said when getting into the water, go feet first. Always swim with a buddy and always have a designated water watcher. But before we send you off to have fun, here's one last piece of advice. Learn how to swim. Besides being an excellent exercise option and a super fun hobby, swimming is a basic life skill that can save your life. Knowing how to maneuver in the water will help if there's ever an emergency.
Learning how to swim includes learning how to float. Drowning is silent, so when you learn how to float and you stop panicking, your face is out of the water at least, then you can get air and you can start to relax and you can regain your composure to start to swim and at least call for help.
Crystal Darling, ZNS Digital Media.
This portion of the news brought to you by BTC's Dollar Holla Deals.
Good evening, I'm Altaviz Munnings. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. We begin tonight with news from Parliament. Government moving aggressively to protect the country's marine resources. As the Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Michael Pintard provided more insight on plans to preserve and protect well-loved delicacies like the conch and Bahamian grouper in his budget contribution today. Fern Carey leads us off tonight from the House of Assembly.
Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources Michael Pintard urging restaurants and resorts in the country to increase their use of Bahamian produce and fisheries. His comments came during his contribution to the 2021-2022 fiscal budget debate in the House of Assembly Monday. This as the government continues its push towards food security. The Member of Parliament from Marco City also indicated that 40% of food served at these establishments should be Bahamian grown or fished. He also indicated that aggressive efforts are underway to protect the country's marine resources.
Next year, there will be zero export of conch. We do not believe that we have the quantity sufficient to secure us for the future unless we take action now. Just ask Florida, ask most of our neighbors to the south. They no longer have sufficient conch in certain localities for reproductive purposes. The thousands and thousands of grouper in these aggregates are no longer a reality in a number of those key locations. They've been attacked. And so we are going to increase the size of the grouper in order to make sure that only mature groupers are in fact harvested.
Minister Pintard also pointed out that plans are progressing as it relates to packing houses in the country.
The ideal situation is to put the packing houses in the hands of private actors who will function as distributors. So we have gotten approval. We are now at the stage, we're past the stage of letter of interest. We're now looking for proposals of those agribusiness persons or others who are interested in running the packing houses either individually or collectively. And the goal is, in our estimation, you can also add a processing facility to the packing house or in close proximity to the packing house.
Vern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Just over 68,000 individuals have been inoculated with the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine across the country. According to the weekly COVID-19 vaccination report, 50,292 persons have received their first dose, and 17,827 individuals are fully vaccinated with 2 doses. 37,687 New Providence already received their first dose, and 14,602 are fully vaccinated. In Grand Bahama, 7,343 persons have 1 dose and 3,743 fully vaccinated. Family islands with high vaccination numbers include Eleuthera, Abaco, Exuma, Andros, Long Island, the Berry Islands, and Bimini. Well, the latest vaccination tracker shows that some 6,000 residents were added to the vaccination rollout, and the message of getting vaccinated is still being disseminated by health officials as they maintain it's one of the primary ways to curb the spread of the COVID-19 virus. Here's COVID-19 Task Force member and infectious disease specialist, Dr. Nakia Forbes.
So we do need to combat vaccine hesitancy, understand the reasons why people are hesitant, and continue to provide information on the facts about COVID-19 vaccines. And they're very effective to protect against people getting COVID-19 and also effective in preventing severe illness and hospitalizations and deaths, and the benefit does outweigh the risk. We have been seeing that the third wave, we've been having these sustained numbers for a number of weeks, and there is still quite a lot to do to bring those numbers down. And there could be COVID fatigue, as you said, that's contributing to that. We've been fighting COVID for over a year. People could be tired of not gathering. And we do have to consider ways we can prevent getting COVID and protect ourselves from getting COVID.
Well, the message to get vaccinated resonating with one of the country's popular Junkanoo groups. Charles Fisher went to Marshall Road to get the story.
D-Mac and Tony have gotten their jobs fully vaccinated, and the Sting Junkanoo organization with a rush to encourage all Junkanooers to do the same.
It's all about Junkanoo, it's all about the culture of the Bahamas, and guess what? If we want to see Junkanoo happen again, there are some things that are going to have to happen. And so we are trying to make sure, encourage everybody, make sure get vaccinated so that we can get back to normalcy in this country, and that's what it's all about. Rush for the vaccine.
Andrew Pinder and the group 100% behind the job and wants everyone on board.
We're trying to encourage national growth. The acronyms of Sting is striving to get a national unity. And it's important that we all try and build that same unity and try and rush to get vaccinated. It's very important because normalcy will come back to our country. Something that Junkanoos and tourists come back and enjoy our culture. It's just about everyone right now understanding that, hey, it's important for the country to move forward, that we rush to and make sure that everyone, each and every one of us, become vaccinated.
Sting is a community-minded group. Travel and events part of their agenda. Group member Gary Super Johnson says getting the vaccine was a no-brainer for him.
You need to be vaccinated in order to travel. And we need everybody, if they want to rush this year, the Junkanoo community is probably about 15 to 20,000 persons. So you can imagine if we can encourage that amount of persons to be vaccinated, then that'll be a big step and a big advancement into the Russian this year. We miss it, Bishop, because every day, man, these guys are upset. That's why they all went and get vaccinated, because we want to encourage other people to do the same thing, because it's hard to miss to be home for Christmas and New Year's and don't participate in our culture. We have already missed one Junkanoo. Could you imagine? I mean, I've seen folks that have withdrawn from it. Like,
could you ever imagine not even experiencing Junkanoo? And now, there's a chance that we may not see Junkanoo back again for this year. So we would want to make sure that we are vaccinated. We want to make sure that all the protocols are in place, and we need to make sure that everything, in terms of safety, and we have to look from an international standpoint too as well. Our guests that are coming in, we need to make sure that they are safe as well. So it's all about getting vaccinated. It's all about making sure that all of those things are in place so that we can get back to normalcy. And this thing is all about getting back to normalcy.
For ZNF Network News, I'm Charles Fisher.
Still to come, the judiciary welcomes a new set of magistrates. And Father's Day comes early here at ZNS. We're just getting started. We've got more news on the next side of the break.
And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30, and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
A lot has changed over the past 60 years, but at Commonwealth Bank, our mission to build lifelong relationships with our clients remains the same. Our customers are more than just a number. Our customers are our family, and together we create banking solutions that fit your unique needs. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
You know that feeling you get when you have an uncontrollable desire for fried chicken? That's the KFC. A substance that stimulates your senses to identify the aroma of our secret recipe or an extra crispy crunch from any distance. It's invisible to the naked eye, but you can feel it traveling throughout your body, taking control so you can enjoy a juicy bite of KFC. Ignite your senses with KFC.
The $20 combo, unlimited talk, yo, to every network you know. Across the Bahamas, I got 6 gigs of data, plus unlimited chat. It just roll over too. Now let me check my people on Facebook and WhatsApp. BTC is where it's at. I rock my combo.
Your BTC 10-day combo is now only $20 and is supersized with a new low price.
BTC, do it again.
Anything you need, we got you covered. Say the word and we'll come through. So if you need coverage for life, choose BAF, they'll get it right. Just go out and do it. It's your life, so just live it. So anything you want, you can get it. It's time to get it right. So we rollin' with BAF for life. BAF for life. And so we going with BAF for life. Yeah. BAF for life. And so we choosing BAF for life. Yeah. BAF for life. And so we rollin' with BAF for life. BAF for life. For life. If you want coverage for life, choose BAF, they'll get it right. Yes, that's the best choice. BAF, that's BAF for life.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The judiciary welcoming a new member of the Supreme Court today. Amajel Knowles tells us more.
The Supreme Court adding a new face to the bench as Justice Neil Brathwaite officially sworn in as the newest Supreme Court Justice in a brief ceremony at the Office of the Governor General on Monday. Governor General, His Excellency, the Most Honorable Cornelius Smith, and Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs, Senator Honorable Carl Bethel, and several of Brathwaite's close family members attended the special event. Brathwaite has had a distinguished public service career since he began his tenure in 1990. He's been extensively involved in criminal prosecutions before all courts, the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, as well as appellate matters before the Court of Appeal and the Privy Council, and rose to the position of Deputy Director of Public Prosecutions, which he held for 5 years.
I have always felt that the Supreme Court bench is the apex of the legal profession. And so certainly to have been selected after a rigorous process, it certainly to me is a fitting reward and a culmination for the many years of work that I've put in. And hopefully I will justify the faith that has been placed in me.
The new Supreme Court justice plans to fulfill his judicial goals in this new role.
I think that the duty of a judge is to approach every matter fairly. I certainly intend to do that. I certainly intend to properly consider any matter that is brought before me and to apply the law to the facts as I find them to be.
And he offered this piece of advice for persons aspiring to reach the top of their respective fields.
I would say is that, work hard. It does pay off.
For Zenith Network News, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Meantime, a new cadre of magistrates taking the judicial oath and oath of allegiance today during a swearing-in ceremony at the Supreme Court. Fern Carey tells us that the new appointments to the magistracy are expected to significantly enhance the administration of justice in the country.
The four newly appointed magistrates for the New Providence District are Algernon Allen Jr., Kendra Kelly, Jan Marie Davil Miller, and Shaka Seville. In welcoming them to the bench, Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt noted that the public stands to benefit from their varied experiences in criminal, civil, and family law. She also indicated that their appointments now pushes the total number of magistrates to 13. She advised the new magistrates to embrace their new roles, noting that they must carry out their duties with the ultimate fidelity to the law while being true to their oath.
Success of the magistracy depends on all of us. It depends on you. Please remember that though you sit alone, you have an array of colleagues with varied experience and exposure. Our doors are open to lend assistance where we can. I hope you will find your new role as interesting, challenging, but fulfilling as I have over the past 10 years.
Chief Justice Brian Marie also noted that the new cadre of magistrates come at a time of tremendous reform in the legal system, and as some 5 magistrates have either retired, resigned, or been elevated to the Court of Appeal over the past several weeks.
These 4 appointments will be extremely helpful for us and provide us with resources to hit the backlog, which has grown during the public emergency. I'm also going to open a second family court in the Magistrates Court, which I think will be good news for many people, because the family court, which is number 3, is one of our busiest courts.
The Chief Justice noted that the new magistrates will help to enhance the administration of justice in the country.
I think the public will see, as we move out away from some of the restrictions, even though the pandemic is still very much with us, that they'll see the impact on the court system as we move cases along.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
Crossing over now to news from the crime beat. Gunshots ringing in the inner city today alerted police to the country's latest homicide. Our Charles Fisher was on the scene.
Once again, an early morning shooting leaving family members distraught and police searching for answers. Shortly before 10 o'clock, police were alerted to gunshots on Palimas and Nassau streets.
Our officers responded, and on their arrival, they were directed to a gray Honda Civic, which was parked in an open lot. An examination of that vehicle revealed the lifeless body of a male with what appeared to be gunshot injuries. EMS was summoned, and they then pronounced the body lifeless. Initial investigations reveal that the victim was approaching his home when a vehicle stopped him. Occupants exited that vehicle and discharged firearms in his direction, where he was fatally wounded.
The scene drew a large crowd of onlookers. As the body was being removed, screams could be heard from family members. The victim's mother, Marina Augustine, was on the scene and identified her son.
Stavante Ricardo Moss, firstborn of 4 children. He just left the house, say he going right around the corner, he coming right back. He took about 5 minutes. All I heard was a gunshot. My son is a nice, generous, loving, caring.
The past few days marred by incidents such as this, Police Press Liaison Officer ASP Audley Peters urged the public for their assistance.
If you are aware of someone who's brandishing a firearm or any other illegal substances that they should not be in possession of, that you contact your nearest police station or contact the Criminal Investigations Department at 502-9991 or use the 919 number. Police act on information. And when we get the information, we do our best to be principled, be determined to act on that information and to bring the results. What is a problem for us today is the proliferation of firearms on the streets of New Providence and in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in general. However, it is everyone's responsibility to do their part. If you see something, say something.
For the ZNS News Network, I'm Charles Fisher.
The Royal Bahamas Defense Force suspended its search and rescue mission for 5 individuals who were unaccounted for after their vessel capsized in waters near Memory Rock, that's off West End, Grand Bahama, last Thursday, June 10th. 9 Haitian nationals were rescued early Friday morning in a coordinated effort between the Defense and Police Forces, BASRA, and the U.S. Air Force. 2 deceased bodies were also discovered inside the capsized vessel. Also making news this Monday, the voter registration drive continues across the country as the upcoming general elections approaches. Parliamentary Registration Department officials appeared on ZNS Radio's Direct Talk with host David G. Wallace this morning to provide an update on the process, as well as to answer questions and concerns from listeners. Among them, what is the process if you lose your voter's card? Responding to that concern was former Parliamentary Commissioner Errol Bethel.
If you want to have the card replaced, you would have to give us evidence that you have lost it, which means that you need to report the loss to the police. And once you've gotten a letter from the police showing that you have lost your card, you bring it to us, and we can replace your card.
And this card will always be my voter's card going forward with the passing of the Parliamentary Registration Act?
Yes, unless you change your place of residence and you need to have adjustments made to it, you will be using the same card.
Acting Parliamentary Commissioner Lovato Duncanson indicated that while legislation is in place for plastic voters' cards to be used in the future, the paper voter cards will still be used in the upcoming general elections.
At this particular time, we will continue to use the paper voter's card. However, the Act makes provision for us to transition from the old paper card to something more advanced. And for clarification, we want to ensure that we want to reiterate that the purple voter's card is intended to be used in the upcoming general election wherever that is held. However, the Act makes provision for us to transition to this new biometric card, and that's not scheduled to take place prior to the upcoming general election.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
It's been nearly 15 months since cruise ships last sailed the crystal waters of the Bahamas. It was with tremendous joy and pride that the Ministry of Tourism welcomes back our longtime partner, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. Director General Joy Gibberlou shares why this moment is so important for the Bahamas.
People have arrived not just yesterday, but several days before. So they're arriving at the airport, getting in a taxi, going to a hotel. And from the expressions on people's faces, all of us have commented, see the big smiles. They're getting to experience firsthand, certainly what Nassau, New Providence is like. And I can assure you out of that, we're going to see people who are saying, I want to come back, but come for a stayover stay. If I can add to that, opportunities for taxi drivers, for vendors, for your restaurant operators. This is such a great way to restart our tourism economy after being shut down for such a long time. Bahamas Air, well, they've had the most difficult 12 months, and they're now operating full flights, and they know it's because of the partnership that they have with Royal Caribbean.
The Ministry of Tourism looks forward to smooth sailings with Royal Caribbean. Learn more about our partnership by visiting us on tourismtoday.com. I'm Mercedes Demerit, and this is Tourism Today.
Bounce. Bounce.
time to bounce back with B.O.B. It's time to bounce back with B.O.B. Lowest consumer loan rates in the country. Trying to bank with no stress, we make it too easy. It's time to bounce back with B.O.B. It's time to bounce back with B.O.B. Apply today for a B.O.B. Visa credit card, debt consolidation loan, or easy top-up. B.O.B. Your bank of solutions.
Serenity Gated Community. Come and see what all the buzz is about surrounding our pre-construction home packages. Already, we have successfully made it possible for multiple families to realize their dream of home ownership. It's all about value building, folks. Home investment is by far the greatest investment one will ever make. So invest with confidence. Give Desiree Mingo a call at 376-0318 today.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
Everyone's excited about the $8 meal of the day. Every day, it's a different 6-inch sub, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $8. That feels like fresh value. Come in any day of the week for one of your favorite 6-inch subs. Like turkey breast, meatball marinara, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, black forest ham, Italian BMT, oven roasted chicken, and tuna. Then add chips and a 20-ounce drink, and you've got the $8 meal of the day. A great meal at a great price every day of the week. Only at Subway.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A friend that you can trust. Family Guardian.
Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Today's being observed as World Blood Donor Day, the Pan American Health Organization celebration being held under the theme, Give Blood and Keep the World Beating. According to PAHO, the goal is to raise global awareness of the need for safe blood and blood products for transfusion and the critical contribution voluntary, unpaid blood donors make to national health systems. PAHO's Bahamas representative, Dr. Aldana Bosson, reasoned that the COVID-19 pandemic has made blood donations even more challenging.
This year, what we're trying to do is to encourage young people to sign up to be donors, routine donors, young, healthy people, so that we can have a constant supply of blood for persons who need it. And everybody, whoever needs, universally in the country will be able to access blood.
The Bonefish National Park a bit more greener today after a major cleanup exercise was organized by officials of the Bahamas National Trust and their partner Corona and Jimmy's Wines and Spirits. The exercise marked World Oceans Week, and the group wanted to make a tangible contribution to the 1,200 acres of this pristine environment on the southern coast of New Providence.
There's no better way to say thank you to the oceans and to nature than by giving a little love and tender care. And that's what we're doing out here today. All these wonderful volunteers in the mangroves, picking up plastic, bottles, cans, and out on the flat itself, people actually taking up fishing gear, etc. And up at the other end, we have a team that's actually taking up construction waste, etc.
So basically, if it's for a good cause, we'll definitely be support.
The National Trust's Senior Communications Officer, Elijah Sands, was one of the volunteers eager to clean up this environmental treasure.
You know, this area is constantly targeted by people who like to fish. It was historically a fishing ground, so people normally come out here and they leave a lot of fishing line, they leave a lot of nets. So, you know, mangroves and our oceans, they're, linked together. The health of one of these ecosystems depend heavily on the other. So we thought it'd been a great idea to have a mangrove cleanup instead of the traditional beach cleanup that most people are used to.
Also lending a helping hand to the community is Pest Destructo Company. The company donated food, cleaning, and personal protective supplies to senior citizens at Unity House on East Street this morning. President Glenn Johnson made the donation.
So we donated some cleaning items such as bleach, gloves, masks. We did it, and also we did some gowns, and we did some grocery items such as sugar and creams and other grocery items. We believe that the more we give, the more we shall receive. And the community is what gave us the opportunity to serve for 8 years. And so we just wanted to give back to the community. And the same community that we live in, we just wanted to give back to assist those that are in this residence at Unity Home.
We introduce you tonight to a local mural artist whose talent and work is making waves locally and internationally, even getting notice from officials at the Ministry of Tourism. Desmond Saunders has her story.
18-year-old Tiffany Rutherford has become the new internet sensation. Her amazing work as a mural artist has created a buzz on social media. Rutherford says she loves the attention.
It started about 2 years ago when I did a Miami Dolphins mural for someone who who got my contacts. And then from there, I just been doing art on the side. And then for the Kentucky mural, someone who I work with, my mentor, he recommended me to them.
Her work also getting props from tourism officials. The young artist painting a mural on the British colonial Hilton building in the downtown district.
This came about because the Ministry of Tourism recognized me to do a piece of work. It depicts the beauty and the flora and fauna of Nassau, and not even Nassau, but the other islands as well. And then I incorporated the swinging aspect, so it's like you're swinging and interacting with all the national elements as well.
Art has also been a lifelong passion for the University of the Bahamas architecture students. The artist credits part of her success to her 10th grade art teacher at Kingsway Academy.
Grade 10, when I did BGCSE drawing, my art teacher, Mr. Bob, he introduced me to this type of drawing style, and then from there, that's where it blossomed into.
She has this advice for young, aspiring artists.
Don't worry about what others say. If they say that you can't move into the certain style because it's already overpopulated, once you do your best and then you try hard enough and do your style and focus on your craft, so the right person will notice you eventually. And don't ever give up just because your journey is taking longer than someone else's own.
Young Rutherford will not be letting up anytime soon. Expect to see the work of this artist anywhere around the world. Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
Excellent job, Tiffany. Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of you watching us on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. We've got more right after this break.
Basketball is back, baby, and so is NBA League Pass, only with Rev Trio. Sign up for Rev Trio today and enjoy NBA League Pass absolutely free, along with incredible prizes, including a brand new 50-inch smart TV, NBA gear, and more. With tons of prizes and gear, signing up for Trio is the best on and off-court move this year. Just call 601-8992 or visit www.rev.bs/promotions/trio. Sign up for Rev Trio today and enjoy NBA League Pass absolutely free.
When you testify in court, you're expected to tell the truth. Same goes for your insurance application form. You have to answer every question truthfully and provide all the information requested, or you could be found guilty of misrepresentation. That means your insurance company could deny your policy or refuse to pay your claim. Your insurance company relies on the information you provide to determine whether to issue you a policy. Leaving out just one piece of information could lead to misrepresentation. So read your application form carefully. If you're unsure about anything, ask your insurance agent or broker before completing and signing your insurance application form. This message was brought to you by the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas, protecting the interests of policyholders.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Hey guys, it's Shay again with another quick tidbit on the perks of being an Alive customer. Now, if you're already on our network, this may just be a refresher for you, but if you're not, this might give you that extra push. If you're interested in getting a bill every month, or you're interested in the best prices on some of the latest devices, or if you've been a little bit interested in that auto pay option, this might be for you. It's time for you to join Postpaid and experience opulence.
Simply put, being an Alive Postpaid customer means you selected the plan of your choice and you then pay for that plan routinely every month. Unlike prepaid, where you can fluctuate between 7-day and 30-day, all postpaid plans are 30-day plans. So what are some of those postpaid plans? We have our Liberty More, which is $59.99, gives you 10 gigabytes of data, 500 talk and text minutes. Or we have our Liberty Premium, which is $99.99 per month and gives you 20 gigabytes of data, 1,000 talk and text minutes. Or we have our Liberty Elite, which is $149.99 a month, includes unlimited data, talk and text, and 1 gigabyte of roaming data. Again, all of our plans include unlimited Alive-to-Alive calls and text. Now listen, we also have postpaid MiFi plans. That's right. If you have a MiFi device, you can purchase postpaid data plans, MiFi Basic, MiFi Plus, and MiFi Preferred. So what else can you look forward to? Even though we are still practicing social distancing during this time, as a postpaid customer, you not only have access to exclusive offers and devices, but exclusive invites to virtual events hosted by Alive in partnership with local vendors and access to special offers at many vendors on our List Rewards app.
So there you have it. If you're a prepaid customer and you've been thinking about making that postpaid switch, we hope that this helped. If you're not an Alive customer, what are you waiting on? Alive, believe, invest.
Days come and days go, but each day has specials at Super Value and quality supermarkets like Crisco vegetable oil, 48-ounce bottle, $3.49. Hunt's ketchup, 32-ounce jar, $2.39. Best Yet macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4-ounce box, 2 for $1.29. Idaho potatoes, 5-pound bag, $3.39. Dana spare ribs, $2.69 per pound. If it's value you want, you really want Super Value and quality supermarkets.
Two men expected to face formal charges in the magistrate's court this week in connection with a $1 million drug bust in Exuma on the weekend. Police press liaison officer, Assistant Police Superintendent Audley Peters told the media the incident unfolded sometime around 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon in the area of the Exuma Keys. A joint law enforcement operation involving the police and defense forces and the U.S. Coast Guard observed an aircraft flying at a low altitude in the area of Steventon. The suspects were brought to New Providence last night after their arrest.
The officers then observed two males dropping two items out of the aircraft. The aircraft continued north on to Staniel Key, where it landed. While at Staniel Key, two males were arrested, ages 59 and 27. In the area of Steventon, the officers found these two white croaker sacks, and on examining the croaker sacks, they discovered that they contained suspected cocaine. A count of the items was done, and 58 packages of cocaine were discovered, and they have a street value of about $1,161,000.
From Exuma, we go to Long Island, where several infrastructural projects in the pipeline to enhance that island's economy. The Member of Parliament, Adrian Gibson, outlined in his contribution to the 2021-2022 budget debate in the House of Assembly this morning the progress on the plans to construct the $18 million Long Island International Airport.
Speaker, I am pleased to inform Long Islanders that the tender for the land side, that is the terminal, is out and due back next week for bid evaluations. I'm advised that that contract will be awarded within 4 weeks of the receipt of the bids. I'm also pleased to note that the air side, that is the runway, was released to potential bidders last week. That tender process is expected to take from 6 to 8 weeks, and I'm advised that contract will be issued immediately upon return and evaluation of the bids.
Gibson also revealed plans to inspire Long Island's community spirit.
This week, I will be presenting generators, the local government and the administrator, for each and every on-island hurricane shelter. As well as additional generators for backup emergency power. These were purchased in excess of $16,000. I entered into a contract with Peter Fox Construction for the construction of the first ever Long Island Heroes Wall. This wall will be situated at the regatta site in Salt Pond and will stand at 8 feet high, 20 feet long, and 2 feet wide.
And that means it's time now for a check on the weather in your part of the Bahamas. And joining us at the start of another week is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Altoise. Outside of our studios, we're under cloudy skies, temperature 82 degrees, a relative humidity at 78%. We have westerly winds at 5 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,017.0 millibars, that's 30.04 inches, and the pressure is steady. Your temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 81 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Greenville Key. Marshall, Barbacoa, a little cooler at 79 degrees. The Berry Islands, 83. 82 degrees in Alistown, Bimini, 84 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera 83, 84 in Black Point, Exuma. Kemps, Bay South Andros, and Fresh Creek in Central Andros also reporting 84 degrees. More 84s in Otterstown, Cadalla, San Salvador, and Rumkey. Georgetown, Exuma, 83 degrees, 83 in Ragged Island, Clarence Sound, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 84, Acklands, 84, Matchitani, Nagua, and the Turks and Caicos Islands all at 84 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of F5B, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the Northwestern Islands tonight, southwest winds, speeds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide, well, that takes place at 11:36. In the central and southeastern islands, southeast to south wind speeds 10 to 15, wave heights also 2 to 4 feet. And tomorrow, Tuesday, in the northwestern islands, the winds will be south to southwest at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights remaining around 2 to 4 feet. Low tide, 6:11 in the morning, high tide at 12:02 in the afternoon. In the central Bahamas, the winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4. In the southeast, winds picking up a bit, 12 to 18 knots. We'll see an increase in the wave heights as well, 3 to 6 feet, so caution flag go up on Tuesday for the southeast Bahamas. And then midweek Wednesday, the winds fall off light and variable in the northwestern islands with flat seas 1 to 3 feet over the ocean, no caution flags up. Low tide 6:56 in the morning, high tide at 12:54 in the afternoon. For the central Bahamas on Wednesday, the winds remain southeast at 10 to 15, wave heights 2 to 4 feet, and the caution flag continue for the southeast as those winds also will be southeast at 12 to 18 knots. It's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
That man in the boat passing through. Hey. Now what you gonna do? That man in the boat passing through. Hey. Now what you don't care if you're calling or not. Passing through. What? Now what you gonna do? That man in the boat passing through. Hey. Now what you gonna do? I wind on something. Wind up on something. Shake up on something. Wind up on something. Now dance up on something. Wind up on something. Shake up on something. Wind up on something. It's real. Got that time. Time to join the line. Time to lose your mind.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
If you're in need, you need to log on to Promise.
Promise gives you instant access to essential services.
No more waiting in line. Go online. If you don't have a computer or internet access,
visit a Community Support Services Division Outreach Center near you.
The help you need is now just one click away.
Log on to Promise today.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Check out the deals the Balloon People has in store just for you. Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com, select the island of your choice, and shop anywhere, anytime.
We're ready with the newly remodeled reception area. We're ready with your safety as our top priority. We're ready with state-of-the-art equipment, cutting-edge technology, and an enhanced patient information platform with online access to your reports for your physician. At Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center, we're ready to serve you. Open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call to make an appointment today.
Today is a day for fun. Today is a day for family. So why should yesterday's worries affect my today? That's why I insure my family with J.S. Johnson, because their mission is to provide us with the best insurance coverage possible. With J.S. Johnson, I know my family comes first, so I take comfort in knowing that they always have us covered, providing us with a great today and an even better tomorrow.
J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
I got my $1.25 headed out the house. I flag it down, then I take a seat on the bus. The driver turned around and asked me if I want to make bucks. See my seat, no way dad broke, so I must see in luck. Yeah, could be me, could be you. On Jitney, 242.
Was it A, Abraham,
Abel, C. Noah, or D. Samuel?
C. Noah.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You just know this. And we know this, man. 100% correct. You won yourself $10.
Legend. A story that has been passed on for generations. In our history, there are numerous untold stories. This is our legend.
If you go back, if you remember, there was no bridge. 1965, 66.
True.
Leo Rule and I would all have to take the boat, either the Bertram or the glass bottom boat, go across, then get into another car, go through a dirt road.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports. Well, they continue to look like the hottest team in the league this postseason. Bahamian DeAndre Ayton and the Phoenix Suns continue to roll as they would steam past the Denver Nuggets last night, 125-118, completing the four-game series sweep, advanced to the Western Conference Finals. Ayton would finish the game with 12 points and 7 rebounds. And for the Suns, they are headed back to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2010. Leading the charge for the Suns was veteran guard Chris Paul, who scored 37 points on 14 for 19 shooting in the game for a closeout, capping off a series nothing short of magnificent. 36-year-old future Hall of Famer finished the series averaging 25 points, shooting 58% from three, plus an absurd 41-5 assist-to-turnover ratio. The Suns now await the winner of the series between the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers. And a fitting performance for the first ever Bahamian Heritage experience at a Major League Baseball park. Jazz Rattle Jazz Chisholm was electrifying as usual, helping the Miami Marlins win their second straight series, taking 2 of the 3 against their division rival, the Atlanta Braves, over the weekend. On Friday, Chisholm and the Marlins prevailed 4-3 at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. They came back on Saturday on Bahamian Heritage Night and won 4-2 before falling 6-4 yesterday. In the 3-game series, Chisholm batted 3-for-11 with 2 RBIs, 1 extra base hit, and 2 runs scored. Chisholm drove in the game-winning runs on Friday, set the tone by scoring the first run of the game on Saturday, had another hit and another run scored on Sunday. It's estimated that between 1,500 to 2,000 Bahamian fans took advantage of the opportunity. Bahamian collegiate athletes wrapped up action on Saturday for their respective schools at the 2021 NCAA Outdoor Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon. Competing on Saturday were Janisha Anderson, Megan Moss, Serena Brown, and Charisma Taylor. Anderson and Moss earned first-team All-America honors in the 4x4 meter relay. Anderson and the University of Florida Gators narrowly missed out on finishing third, crossing the finish line fourth with the season's best time of 3 minutes 26.31 seconds. Moss and the University of Kentucky Wildcats also ran the season's best, finishing eighth in 3 minutes 28.78 seconds. For Serena Brown, her 57-meter throw in discus was enough to place her in the top 10, a 10th overall. The University of Iowa Hawkeyes Jr. recorded that throw on her second attempt to jump into the 9th position. She fouled on her final attempt and ended up 10th overall. As for Charisma Taylor, she managed to complete 3 good jumps in the triple jump event and finish 18th overall. The Washington State University sophomore posted a leap of 13.14 meters on her third and final attempt to finish 18th overall. And that's been a look at sports. Check on weather when we return.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
ZNS Shopping Network is the place for deals. Check out the deals Variety Disposable Products has just for you. Log on to www.znsshoppingnetwork.com, select the island of your choice, and shop anywhere, anytime.
Legend. A story
that has been passed on for generations.
My father was the lightkeeper there.
Oh, he was the lighthouse keeper?
The lighthouse keeper.
Did you ever go in a lighthouse?
No, I had an opportunity to visit San Salvador a few years ago, and I went to the lighthouse, and a lady there showed me the house, the exact house where I was born.
Yeah.
But the keeper was not there, so I wasn't able to go into the lighthouse.
The $20 combo, unlimited talk, yo, to every network you know. Across the Bahamas, I got 6 gigs of data, plus unlimited chat. It's just roll over too. Now let me check my people on Facebook and WhatsApp. BTC is where it's at. I rock my combo.
Your BTC 10-day combo is now only $20 and is supersized with a new low price.
BTC, do it again.
I'm here at the Dixon Hill Lighthouse in San Salvador to let you know that marine protected areas make dollars and cents. A well-designed and managed network of protected areas can generate income for nearby communities. From MPA managers to lodges to eco-tours, there is money to be made.
Healthy marine ecosystems help to protect our islands from climate change and other impacts that we cannot control. Healthy coral reefs help to break down fake waves, and mangroves absorb storm surge and help to protect our coastline.
Older and larger fish tend to carry more and healthier eggs than younger fish. Fish replenishment areas will allow fish to grow bigger and ensure that we have more fish now and in the future.
In a replenishment area, fish are free to grow and reproduce. As their populations increase, more fish will spill over into other areas where fishermen can increase their catch and their income.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of marine protected areas on my island.
I support the establishment of a marine protected area on my island, and you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
And you should too.
See the future with Bahamas Protected.
Called Peace of Mind. When I did these paintings, I was in a really good place. I usually do expressionism paintings. So this one just has a lot of peace to me. I felt like
It's a part of all of our lives. Zadnest TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. Zadnest is there with something for everyone. Zadnest TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
Let's stay COVID-free. Remember the 3 S's. Sanitize, social distance, and stay inside.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at whether we continue to have that mid to upper level troughing taking place, and that will provide pockets of showers and thunderstorms over the northwest and even parts of the central Bahamas as well. Our forecast for tonight calls for mostly cloudy conditions with some spotty showers, 78 degrees for the low temperature. And tomorrow, we're looking at mostly cloudy with thunderstorms in spots, the high temperature around 89 degrees. And your extended weather forecast over the 7-day cycle, we're going to keep a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine with showers and thunderstorms off and on into Wednesday. By Thursday, things will start clearing up a bit. We'll see more of the sun during the daytime, and that will continue right through the weekend with those temperatures getting very close to the 90-degree mark during the daytime. Altoise.
Father's Day is only days away, but dads here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas were treated to a special pre-Father's Day event that honored them for the lives they play in the family and on the job. They received words of inspiration from security consultant and crime prevention specialist Stephen Dean. He encouraged the fathers to be men of courage, good judgment, and integrity.
There's so many things on the World Wide Web that you can upgrade yourself. There are courses that you can do to enhance your ability, that you can do some things to improve yourself. Be an inspiration on the job, not a negative person. You should be the model on your job.
Well, that does it for the Bahamas tonight. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information source, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks so much, Bahamas, for watching, and good night.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. And I can fly higher than an eagle, 'cause you are the wind beneath my wings.